This will be a guide on how you can speed through the leveling experience, reach endgame as quickly as possible, and set you up for farming torment difficulty. Or in other words, how to spend less time doing useless shit and start playing the actual game. We'll also talk about how you can progress your Paragon levels, and to do that, we'll start off with the absolute most important part, and that is finding yourself a build. This build needs to do two things right to not make your progression a living hell. One, it needs to get you to 60 as fast as possible, and two, it needs to get you farming at least Torment 1 and 2, because if it doesn't, then you'll have to swap builds several times, and I don't think your peanut brain is able to handle that. So here we go. 6 builds that will work this season and get you into Torment 1 and 2, where you can farm the uniques you'll need for every endgame build out there. First, we have the Rogue. The Dance of Knives Shadow Imbuement build is the fastest Rogue build by far. It will get you through Torment 2 and 3, but it will struggle hard as you get towards Torment 4, where you'll swap to a stronger build if you want to keep progressing. The reason it's incredible is, well, what you're looking at. You're fast, and you're blowing up everything around you. Link to this build and all the others will be in the description. For the Cringeborn, Quill Volley is always a safe option. This class is complete trash, so I would advise against playing it this season unless we find a game-breaking bug, turning it into a machine once again. But if you despite this want to play it, then go Quill Volley. It's a fine build, utilizing the high scaling of Quill Volley in itself, and it's a decent endgame build as well. The Cringe Lord has minions. While it may not be the most fun build, it will easily get you into Torment 2 and 3. And it will do so having spent as little brain power as humanly possible. It will also be great at farming uber bosses, allowing you to gather up the uniques for playing Boner Spear, Bloodwave, or any other good endgame build. For the Barb, the best leveling builds are clunky as shit, but close to the best is Whirlwind, which is hella fun. And here, you can see the bald hoodie man playing it.
I look bored. Not bored, I'm just bored.
This will also be one, if not the best endgame build for you, once you obtain the Tech Rune and can build into Earthquakes. The Sorceress always has a bunch of strong leveling builds, and this season is no exception. Here I'm recommending Incinerate, simply due to its scaling well into Torment difficulties. It may look slow, but the high damage makes up for that. And finally, the Fat Wood-Chopping Man. People always sleep on the Fat Man when it comes to leveling, but Landslide is actually a great build, especially if you play in a group, because the damage this thing provides is disgusting and makes up for the fact that you're a walking sloth. It's also a fun build and one of the strongest druid builds in the end game. With that, we're done with finding you a build. Before we get to the strategies, let me show you an equation. New month equals new games equals I'm violating the Geneva Convention on my poor wallet. Or am I? Not really, because Instant Gaming has discounts on every single good game out there. 40% on Claire Obscure, 20 on Oblivion, and 29 on Last of Us, and I bought all of them.
Nice.
This goes for all the good games out there, by the way, and even the not as great wink wink. Using the website is extremely easy, and all you need to do is use my link in the description, and you'll find all of the discounts for PC, or whatever else you may use as a vessel for gaming. And in case you don't know what the hell to play this month, I can recommend trending for current games or upcoming to see if there's anything interesting happening. Again, link in the description. Let's continue with the guide. There are a few things you need to do before anything else this season, and that is 1. Grab your stupid ass pet so he can pick up loot for you. 2. Grab your stupid-ass mercenary so he can kill things for you. And finally, grab a reasonable difficulty. More on that soon. When all that is done, You complete the seasonal quest to get access to the loot reputation and get to know how the hell you progress the seasonal journey. Now let's get to the good stuff, how to level up fast as hell. There are a bunch of leveling strategies this season, and most of them will get you to 60 in 3 to 5 hours. My rogue leveled up in 4, solo leveling casually, but I didn't use the fastest method, which is, unfortunately, running the campaign.
No.
I doubt anyone wants to do this though, so here's to the second fastest method, which I'm using leveling up my characters currently, and that is running the new incursions and nightmare dungeons. This gameplay loop is simple and will set you up for success when you progress into Torment. Basically, when an incursion is up, you run it. When it's not up, you run nightmare dungeons. Only running nightmare dungeons is slightly faster, but you'll miss out on all of those yummy boss powers and currency. And how do you maximize your experience doing this strategy? Well, shit, the incursions are easy. Just run around and kill stuff. For the nightmare dungeons, your goal is speed and clearing as much as possible. Simple as that. A large bulk of the experience will come from killing the final boss and doing events within the dungeons. So speed is paramount here, and you never skip any shrines or health potion things, because find those and you'll achieve an instant experience orgasm. Now, as you can see, I'm running on expert here. Is that the optimal difficulty? Not necessarily. The optimal difficulty is always the one where you can kill mobs without slowing down. If you find yourself having to stop and fight elites for 5 to 10 seconds, then the difficulty is too high and you lower it. And if everything dies from a fart, then you increase it. And in case you don't enjoy doing nightmare dungeons, then what's the next best strategy? Well, that's Hell Tides. They are also the best option if you're running in a group. But you're not, because you're a lonely loser like myself. Once you're then reaching level 50 or so, then it's a perfect time to start running some strongholds. If you have any intention of running nightmare dungeons in the endgame to farm abducits, then you'll need to do them anyways, so you may as well do them now. And the reason we want to do them at above level 50 is due to them granting experience based on your level, meaning more value the higher level you are. Next up on the agenda, we need to talk about how you can grow your damage numbers, become a big boy, and start pumping. Because the more damage you do, the higher difficulty you can do, and in turn, gain more experience and loot. There are a few things you can do to achieve this easily. For starters, running nightmare dungeons will grant you a shit ton of loot. Legendaries are falling from the sky and into your mouth like dicks in your wife in the 90s once you complete the dungeons. The legendaries you don't need goes into the meat grinder, and you will imprint the useful ones on your jewelry, as you don't need to replace these items. This is an additional reason why I'm a fan of leveling here. But I'm also a fan due to us running a buttload of dungeons and in turn getting a bunch of aspects as we're doing it, setting us up for success as we reach level 60 and already have a buttload of aspects to use. Other than aspects, we have tempering. Every time you're in town with new items, it's time to do some tempering, because this is where the true power comes from when leveling. The tempering grants additive damage, which is a damage bucket with huge diminishing returns. But guess what? We don't have anything in this damage bucket when leveling up, meaning the tempers grant you massive value, easily doubling your damage. So make sure to slap on a bunch of useful ones. If you don't know which ones are useful to you, then just use the damage to close and damage to distant ones. Next, we make sure to keep an elixir on at all times, and, well, that's about it. Just a quick guide on how to shave a few hours off the boring parts of the game. Before I leave you, I just want to show how to maximize your experience for Paragon leveling. To do this, you'll need to get a group together. Yeah, sorry bro, but without this, you'll just run out of pit keys, because that's where you'll want to spend a lot of your time before achieving a Paragon of 200 and so and having access to every endgame build. You'll simply make a group yourself, set it to speed farm and a torment difficulty that you can handle by yourself, and start blasting. Kick the leashes, make sure to share the dungeon keys, and enjoy your experience. And with that, I'm done. Have a good one, you beautiful man or woman.